Family is where life begins and love never ends. This is the Youth Voice Show on Hope Channel Uganda. Angela Mdubira is my name, and today we are going to be talking about a very important topic, a topic that you must not miss, a topic that each and everyone must be able to watch and learn from. Allow me draw your attention to the impact of broken families on the youth. Very many young people have continued to suffer disastrous effects of growing up in broken families, and they continue to carry on these dangerous effects even to the next generation. They spread this negative energy to the people around them, and they continue to be a hindrance to very many opportunities in their life. But before we go any further, allow me introduce the team that is with me today to digest this very important topic. I want to begin with the only gentleman on the panel, and his name is Alan Mugisha.
Yeah.
Alan Mugisha, you are most welcome. I think he is a common face on this show. We are glad to have you here again.
Thank you.
And next is the beautiful lady exactly next to me, and her name is Chitimbo Lillian. Lillian, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much.
When I turn this side, there is this beautiful lady over here. She's called Chomuhendo Margaret. Margaret, you are most welcome to the Youth Voice Show.
Thank you so much.
And lastly, we have Asimwe Annabelle. Asimwe Annabelle is also a new face to this show, but we shall be seeing her more often. You are most welcome to the Youth Voice Show.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much. So this is the team that we are going to be discussing with today, a very important topic like I had earlier on stated. We want to see how broken families continue to impact the life of our youth. Remember, our youth grows up in various stages, from being a child to being an adult, this particular youth that we are talking about, for instance. So we want to see how these broken families continue to impact the life of this youth. How do they impact how they behave? How do they relate with others? We want to see the effects of this broken family, although it is underrated, and very many times we may never see the effects of broken families. But we want to see how far the effects of growing up in a broken family can impact the life of the youth. But to go any further, we want to understand, what is a broken family? I know you're hearing a broken family, a broken family. We want to understand what a broken family is. So allow me to allow the only gentleman on this panel, Alan Mugisha. Please help us understand what a broken family is.
What is a broken family? These are two words that once brought together, however much one is positive, when this is put onto it, it becomes disastrous. What is a family, first of all? This is an entity, a gift given to us by God himself, that is supposed to give us security, that is supposed to give us love. And once those two are hindered with, along with commitment and anything additional that comes from the parents, once those two are hindered on, there's disaster. That's why you've said there are impacts of broken families to the youth, both the ones that have grown up and those that are products of one. So a broken family is the worst thing that can happen on the world, because what happens in the family defines and determines what you do later on in your life. So you are bringing the negativity that is fed into you, because the role of the parents, once you get married, it's no longer about you and your husband. It's about the people that you're bringing into this world. That means whatever you do is no longer just about you. That means even that negativity that comes with divorce and all that has to affect these kids. I think that's why we're here today. What are those negativities that come along? Because there are definitely negativities that come along. Some may say that there are some positivities, but on a minimum. That's between slim and none. So, when I look at the concept of family, as they sang for us that song of Talala, Talala, there are gifts that come from family, and one of them is love.
I just wanted to see.
One of them it is children. Yeah. One of them is, when a man is in a family, there's that respect attached to him. And when he's divorced, there's again that, be like,
that branch.
No. To manage that.
So, however much we are talking about its impact on the youth, but there's also an impact on the people themselves that have broken up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is his perspective about a broken family. So, our dear viewer, what is a broken family? According to what he has been able to elaborate and explain, are you in a broken family? Have you seen someone in a broken family? We want to see the long-term effects of such broken families on the youth. So I want us to understand what happens and qualifies a family to be termed broken. What are those things that bring about the broken families? What happens to a once good family and then it is later on termed to be broken? I want to start with Annabelle. What causes a broken family in your own perspective?
Thank you, Angela. In my perspective, a broken family, a cause or
What causes a broken family? What can we look at and be like, this is a broken family?
I believe misunderstandings connected to conflict. I believe there are many people, or just two people that are together, a couple, can have misunderstandings. They can start like tiny things that become big things that just demolish everything. There can be those misunderstandings, not talking about things, that is lack of communication. A lot of divorced people talk about that maybe they didn't have connection, they didn't have communication. They're not talking about the littlest of things. So that's something that becomes like a bomb and it explodes. Hence divorce, hence separation. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Margaret.
All right. Broken families, I do believe one of the causes is financial stress. You know, holding finances as a family, it's something tricky. As a family, a man and a woman, you really need to agree about your financial accountability. Yes, so the moment you fail to manage your finances, it brings about stress. And before you get to know, it's widening. The thing is widening. The problem is becoming broad. And by the time you get to realize, the family is breaking down.
Thank you so much. Yes, Lillian.
Okay, thank you very much. The worst bit of it is that it affects all parts of the family. Talk about the nuclear family and extended family, for it doesn't have limit. All of them can be broken. But again, if you see people behaving maybe in a way that's like they have lost their bond, for example, if it comes to people coming to church, the father comes alone, the mom comes alone, the children don't attend. You might find that the children come very late at home, the man doesn't sleep at home. So there are so many signs which can show that maybe this family is what? Is broken, because that bond which was there before, it's lost. So people, when they are separated, like there are so many reasons which can cause that. But you can see even people can express themselves to each other while in public, and you just come to know that this family is broken. Because you might find these people maybe moving, but no one is talking to each other. The man is driving a car, they're in the same car with the wife, but they are not talking to each other. So a person who usually continues to monitor those people will come to know that maybe this family is what? Is broken.
Thank you so much. All those are perspectives that may cause a family to break. I know you may be wondering why youths are talking about broken families, yet they are not married. But a family has a number of people in it. There is a mother, there is a father, there is a child. And why it is important that youth are the ones discussing this particular topic, for instance, is because that it is the party that is normally left out. The children in a family, they feel like nothing will affect you. If I have a conflict with my husband, my children will not be affected, because that is the perspective that we have. And it so happens that we keep it in our minds that you've grown up, you're already grown and old enough. Like, how can a conflict between your parents affect a 22-year-old? Like, you've outgrown that step. Yet it is very important. That is why we need to draw attention to this particular topic. So we have seen what causes a broken family. So I want to see the far-lasting effects. The effects that a broken family has on the youth. I want to start with Alan. What effects are those?
I'm going to first give one cause that I feel might have been left out in my point of view, and then I come to that. I think, first and foremost, there are different causes.
Yeah.
But I do believe that having not fought enough in courtship, in relationships, can cause breakups in marriage, because you didn't prepare for the worst. But there was one point I had a quarrel with someone I was dating. And she was like, Ngatonyiga. That was the argument we had.
Why don't you get peace?
Why don't you get peace? That's because my response to a fight is that I first keep quiet. When you're done, you have chilled. Now we talk. If at all you've not had, for instance, let me give an example of arranged marriages. Those people have just met a month, they're going into a wedding. They haven't gotten a chance to know how to handle conflict amongst themselves. So 1, 2, 3 fights, the woman goes back to home. So that may be another cause. Now, in that conflict, when you come to now the question you asked of some of the long-lasting effects, this one, it may be one-sided, maybe, on the side of ladies. When a man divorces or breaks up, he can easily get another person. But trust me, Mudobera, I come to date you, and I hear you divorced. That's a red flag for a guy. Like, if at all the other one failed to keep
Then who am I?
keep her in mind, not just in a relationship. Who am I? Okay? So that's one of the long-lasting effects, that it spoils the image of the person. Let me give a small example of a family that I once knew, that I still know. It was a family of 7. The kids were 7, but 4 were staying home. They had rentals. They stay here, the rentals are this side. But it was a broken family staying together. Whereby the husband leaves, comes back on weekends, but he had another family outside. But he was trying to maintain this because of church. But there was a concept. When I got close to this family, I came to realize that the kids didn't even call him dad anymore. Because they felt it was now a pretense. It was a pretense going on and on, whereby he only comes home to pick rent at the end of the month. When he comes on these other weekends, he just spends the night and goes. So there's that pretense also, mostly in our setting, whereby you want to break up, but you don't want people to know that you've broken up. And that is worse, I think. Break up and get done with it. Because now this, keeping it like we are broken up, but we are still in the same family. When you enter into the room, the man sleeps down, the woman sleeps on the bed. That is going to traumatize the kids while they grow up, because they're going to grow up in the same negativity. Right now, one of the girls, she doesn't even look at a man. She has a concept that you can't remove from her head. All men are evil. Not because she's going through a breakup, but because the man she grew up with was that.
Sure.
She did that to the mother. The mother is raising 7 kids. When even the small source of income that is there, the man still taps 80% of it and takes it to the other family.
Wow.
So now, those are some of the effects that are long-lasting, whereby that kid will be very hard to change their mindset. Era agenda omukwana musasite.
Some people usually say that the best thing that a father can never do for his children is
Still
loving
loving
their
their
mom.
Yeah.
So if you love their mom, it is the best thing that you can ever give them, because you set an example for them. Yes, what other effect does a broken family have on the youth?
I think there is social difficulties. For example, you can meet someone, even as we are young adults, we find someone who has difficulty making friends, difficulty just speaking about things, expressing what they want, what they don't like, be it in a workplace, romantic relationships. Those are the people we meet, and those are the challenges they're facing. And it's absurd that some don't even know that they're facing those challenges, because this is something psychological. You know, family is such a strong unit. God manufactured it. He planned for it. It's very important. He wouldn't have thought about it if it wasn't important. So it's psychological for children to feel a certain way and believe us, because now that lady thinks every man is evil, which is not the case. Are you evil?
No, I'm not. I'm a good person.
What can you say?
No, of course, that's what you can say. But that is a psychological effect, because you find like you have to always be on guard. Like you have to protect yourself. You have to be defensive. And here, as we adults, these are people that people feel like she's so defensive, she's so expressive, you feel like you're a lot, because they don't know that you had to outgrow,
everything
to
on
maybe
your
see
own.
your mother struggle. Maybe there are certain men that are alone that maybe see your father struggle. But as he said, it's easier for men. They get married, but some women just decide to raise the children.
In addition to that point,
Yeah.
it can also lead to mental health, like someone breakdown.
Breakdown.
Like when this child sees the mom and dad, like the way they are behaving and the way they're acting in their presence, this person is going to feel like, I think I'm in a wrong place. He's going to maybe abandon and separate his or herself to another place to see that maybe he doesn't see that, to avoid such. But again, you can find out that it affects the child more academically. If at all the father's been paying for school fees for this child and they separate with the mom, the incomes are going to become low. Where maybe the father has been working in a government, has been getting a government salary, and the mother is just you're going to find that this child is going to be changed to another school, which mom can do what? Can afford. So according to the way this person is perceiving the education from a low school, which is not as such presentable, this person is going to sit there and think, if my dad was there, I think we would have been somewhere. This is where also a single mom can fail to raise this child to the level maybe for the person to become a profession in something. You're going to find this child working, struggling with life because he did not get that future, that education which was required for this person to be in a good place. This is going also to affect him or her, even the family and the young ones, in a long-term way. Because if this person cannot manage to bring out the money which can look after the family, maybe I'm the firstborn, but my sources of incomes are low, and my mom is single, yet I'm having other young ones, we are going to face much challenges because also the young ones may not be able to gain what is good for them. So I think in a long-term way, that can also affect as the years.
So we have a pandemic at our hands of single mothers. So that is one of the funny, should I say, the comfortable effect of broken marriages.
Yeah.
They say that better, it's you ladies usually say it, better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Okay? And they also say that hard times, soft times create hard people. Hard people create soft times, but soft times create down people. Okay? So if at all we are in a generation whereby 80% in the US of marriages end in divorce, won't that make everyone think that it's a formality?
It is no more.
I'll just slide in after 5 years, I'm free to move out. Yet the concept of marriage that brings about family is meant to be permanent. So the mere fact of it being called a broken family is a sin itself. Because even the Bible says that if there's one thing that will be taken to heaven, it will be family. That's why even in the arrangement of God himself, there's God the Father and God the Son. That's already family, and we are his children. You don't expect to go alone. You expect to go with the people, the gifts that God did what? Did give you. So that's why I said earlier that it's the worst thing that can happen right now. And it's the more, you can, now if you look at some people right now, and you get to know the families they came from, be like, I can't blame you.
And the youth are so much affected by the broken families because, first of all, community has this perception that when you overreact, they feel like you're even overreacting. Yeah, you're overreacting. And that is why it eats up the youth so much because, first of all, you do not want to express how you're feeling emotionally. You do not want people to say, no, you're being weak, like, Ori mukuru. You're not supposed to support these other people and make sure they don't fall apart. So you're in the middle there whereby other people are all trying to cling on you so that the mother is trying to pull you to their side. and the father is also saying, oh my daughter, oh my son. So you have to be in the middle there, and it tends to become a little bit difficult. So broken families have a very, very, very negative effect on the lives of the youth. And you find that as people grow, as these youths grow and also make families, we see that these effects following them up to the
You don't
families.
have a point of reference of how your family is going to be.
Because if a father has not shown their son how a man should be in a family, then where is that man going
to get it from?
to get it from? Like, he is becoming a young father.
The Google
How-
fathers.
The Google fathers. So how is that boy going
How can I do this?
to learn how to handle a family if he has not learned it? How is this girl going to learn how to take care of her home if she has grown up with a mother who does not care, who does not need to know? So there are some things that we take lightly, our dear viewer. You may do something and you take it lightly. You feel like your children have grown enough. And some people, actually, many people normally say, abaana bange kasita bakulu nsobola ogenda bakuze omutali nsiniafo bakuze I can go everybody they can handle they can hustle with life. That is what is happening, but it is not right.
It also discourages us, people maybe who are approaching the age of getting married. Where you have grown up from in the community, you find single mothers, but single daddies are few. I don't know why. This is where people are going to
Do
keep
they
up.
even exist?
We don't
even
exist.
Yeah, you see.
That's why I said that a man, it's easy to jump onto another marriage.
To move on.
And people will keep saying, why don't you get married? Why don't you get married? But if you remember how your mom was like, the struggle she was in when she was still in marriage, maybe if at all he decided to say, let me leave, that can, in reality, discourages you also to go and try. You put there a foot and say, let me wait, when the age is still doing what? Going. But I think we shall come to that. Because
Actually,
it's a solution.
according to what she has just said, it creates a mindset to the ladies, especially those that have grown up in single mom families. They have this mindset of, I just need financial stability. I don't need a man. Because I've seen my mom
Do it on her
do
own.
it all for me. So that means I, as a woman, I can also do it. True.
That is why we are having we have trends of ladies that are raising their children alone, and they opt for other options because they feel like, what is this man going to give me that money can't
I
give
know.
me?
Exactly on that. I think our viewers who are male can relate to this. There's nothing harder to date than a lady who was raised by a single mother. You'll have to prove a point every single day. I ever dated one, but she wanted to be she wanted to it's been a while. She wanted to be the man in my
not a man of
relationship.
nowadays.
Like, I don't need your money. I'm like, but not in a bad way. She was raised that way. So it's not
She
that,
does things for herself.
yeah, Marita.
Yeah.
You bring money like, we're going to spend 100,000. Be like, that money can be done used for something else. And me as a man, I feel Windows is, but she doesn't know because she was raised that way. She was raised to be a man.
At that very point, we are going to go for a very, very short commercial break, and we shall be right back. Please make sure you continue to follow, like, and subscribe, and keep it Hope Channel Uganda. We shall be right back. Welcome back from that very short break. This is the Youth Voice Show on Hope Channel Uganda. My name is Mutubira Angela, your host for today. Those that have just joined us, we are discussing the impact of broken families on the youth, and we have discussed a number of perspectives. We have seen how they impact the youth that are still living with their parents. We have seen how broken families impact the lives of the youth in regards to their academics and social lives. We are going to continue to expound on this topic, and we are going to continue from exactly where we stopped. We stopped when this gentleman here was still telling us how a broken family can affect and have a negative impact on relationships that youths have with their people. So right there, we are going to start from exactly where we stopped, Mr. Mugisha Allen.
Being in a relationship with a fellow man who is a woman is the hardest thing any man can go through. Because we marry to have a mother in my house. But if at all that mother becomes a man, then we won't last long in that relationship or that marriage. Yes, when we are preparing for marriage, we have the concept of beds of roses, high expectations, and we are not cautioned before going. So the reality hits us at the same time that it is too hard for us to do what? To handle it, actually. But leave alone that. This, as we are going into the discussion of its impact on the youth, as I had stopped where I had stopped, it is very hard to relate with a person like that. And I don't know, I think even for the side of the ladies, dating a guy who is a mommy's boy, you have a baby in the house. Because the mom put all the love, combine the love, should have put on the dad and on the kid and put it on the kid. That means he centers the kid, like guards him from every trouble of the world. Because he feels there's no one to protect this kid outside the house. Because the father is not around. Since this kid is not raised by a dad, she tries to put every measure around to ensure that this kid, you'll have to pamper this very man.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What other impact does a broken family have on the relationships in the youth?
Very, very interesting. Mine is behavioral issues. This is big. This is really big because we are human beings. That means we are social beings. Now, you can find issues of delinquency. There are people that abuse drugs. You find teenagers that become disrespectful towards community, maybe members in the community, or even their mother or their father, or just relatives in general. Why? Because as an effect, it has a toll on their mental health, their psychological being, and their attitude towards life. Towards, for example, that lady who has an evil stance, like that's how she sees all men, and that's not the case. Now there is another issue with the ladies, as very sorry about what happened to you dating a fellow man in the relationship. Why? Because at times we have energies, masculine energy, the feminine. Now you find that lady had to, her masculine side had to come out. Yet she had to, we are feminine. But at times the situations we are raised in, maybe the challenges we face and stuff, they mold you into something you don't even want, but because you have to fend for yourself, maybe do this, maybe fend for your mother here and there and there. So that's why you faced that. But then there are other women as well that have met, they are still feminine, but they meet people that try to understand them, and them as well being intentional and understanding what they are, the challenges they're facing, they've faced for a long time, and understanding that this man has come into my life. He's a man. So you
Allow
leave
him
him
be a
in
man.
Allow him
his
be a
element.
man.
Leave him be as a man. Let him pamper you. Let him do this. For example, me at my home, we were raised up. I would put up the curtains, put in the bulbs. But me, I have this mentality. When a man is around me, I don't even know how to climb. You get? I don't. Honestly, I'm being real, because I believe I just missed that masculine presence growing up, but I know I want it. I need it. I mean, I can't carry heavy
A
things.
25 jerrycan is too
I
heavy when he's
cannot.
around.
Yes, I did maybe growing up, challenges here and there, but no. When you're around, I am not doing those things. I'm going to do this, what I'm supposed to do as a female, as the feminine energy commands me to, like as a woman. So at times, those people, you can find that woman, the people that they're with, they're not they're not leading. Maybe they're not even having their masculine game up. So they also feel like they are fixated as having that energy, the masculine energy. That's why there is clashing. But please, when you get a man who's ready to be a man and pamper you and do these things for you, those small, please accept. Please.
He spoils, yeah.
Please, anything, even if it's just holding her, please accept. Like, please let him. It's challenging. I'm telling you this it's really challenging. But there is a peace. You feel like, I don't have to do that. He's there. I don't have to do that. It's really challenging, especially when you're not used to it. But please, ladies and gentlemen, okay, ladies, let these men do those things, please.
Thank you so much. That was very good. So, Margaret, what other effect do broken families have on relationships over you?
Okay. Broken families, I realize that they create fear within the youths, especially the young youths. Like this aspect of, I think everyone is seeing me as a product of a broken family. Sure. You know, a product of a single mom and all that. Realize that relating with fellow youths, to some point when something wrong happens, you actually just ask yourself, I think I'm the problem. I think it's me. Okay, it creates that yourself. Less like you lose confidence in yourself because of that background that you're coming from. I think it's all me. From my background of my family, my dad left my mom. All is up to me, and yet it's not really the same thing.
And by the way, when you continue to analyze that, you realize that as the youths are growing up, if someone has grown up in a broken family, they tend to feel like it is a crime. So they do not want to talk about it. And it continues to eat them up because I feel like if I talk about this, people are going to start judging me. Yeah. People are going to start looking at me differently. People will not want to associate with me because I've grown up in a certain family. Yeah. And it becomes too much on me and it eats the person up. So I think that it is okay to talk about things. Please talk about those things because you can make yourself better. Yes, Lillian, you had something to say.
Yeah, there is a way broken families may also lead to our spiritual failure. Like you have prayed to see that maybe these people can settle out the issues which are disturbing their family, and you see no answer. You are like, oh God, I think we have failed. That can make you, a person who has been serving, who has been attending the fellowships, the Vespers, the what, you feel like, I think I don't have to do this anymore because I'm not seeing any positive impact in it. This is going to make you feel like you are going to get that self-esteem. It's going to make you feel like I cannot stand in front of the people and say anything because wherever I stand, they see the other picture of our family, that our family is not moving on well. You cannot stand in an audience and express yourself fully.
How can you get married to a man who is coming from a broken family?
Yes, and you can't even, and maybe if you are given that topic to discuss maybe in the church, then the people will be like, what is he going to tell us? Because even the family is also broken. Yet for you have your content and you can assure the people on how to overcome this challenge or how to see that you try to put limits and also advise people on the best way because wherever you face a challenge, you learn. That this caused my family, this caused my father and my mother separated because of this reason. So I don't have to do that. It can bring out a good relationship to you if you try to build one because you learned the mistake which caused the issue, the problem which happened in your family.
Thank you so much.
In relation to that, please,
yes, please.
There is this stereotype of the ladies that are from broken families can't be married for long. She'll eventually leave you. I mean, she can. Yes, you find that they can handle, but that is a wrong stereotype. Yes, maybe for a long time you find women that can't be in a marriage because of that. But I believe it's a personal thing. A woman can decide to be intentional, same as a man from a broken family, intentional, and they're like, mine has to be better. My story has to be better. I have to do something
My
about
story
it.
has to change.
It has to change. It doesn't have to be a pattern that it's colorating like like
end
falling.
a pattern.
Yes, you just like this has to stop here because these effects are real. They cause depression and just they impaired opportunities, impaired happiness, and that is not good. It's not good, and it's not a nice color they put on ladies and gents that are from broken. I know of ladies that are happily married and they are coming from broken marriages, families, and even men, and they tell you, we decided to be intentional, so God helped us when you're like, this thing has to break from here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So at that particular point, I want to draw your attention. These youths grow up and get jobs at their workplaces. What impact does a broken family have on the life of this youth at their workplace? How are they affected? How is their work and how is their work affected in the long run? Yes, Alan.
All right. I do believe a broken family breeds a broken community.
Sure.
Let me give a case study. In the police force, there's a department for family affairs. And trust me, it's one of the most noisy departments in the police because there are always quarrels there.
Oh, wow.
There are always quarrels. They can't come to in peace because things are failed at what? At home. Yet these policemen are supposed to receive things that are out of hand.
Yeah.
Speaking of jobs, the first job, if at all I was in the parliament of Uganda, I would request for a position. In our church, it's the family life, whereby things are handled before they get out of hand. And that's one of the things that keep Christian marriages long. Because whenever something comes up, there's a to-go-to person before it goes worse. So if at all there's something like that in our governance, whereby there's a ministry for family affairs, whereby you yourselves, you have someone you can what? You can talk to, maybe for seminars and all that. But now someone from a broken family, first of all, when a person goes to work, due to the toxicity they've grown up in, that person, it's hard to manage them. It's hard to manage them. It's one person who said that, let me say we are going to field. We are going to Hoya, like, we've ever gone to Hoya.
No going to Hoya.
But yet the person who is telling them this has sat down, is the manager, marketing manager. He has studied the place. He has seen all the possible outcomes. He has seen availability of clients in that area. But this one, due to the biasness and entitlement, which is brought in by the toxicity the person grew up in, the person grew up seeing the mother fighting for herself. That means when I enter into a job, my say matters, however much I'm not the manager. And trust me, you can't last long in a job for more than 6 months with that mentality. Because once you enter a job, say fair, you are supposed to start calm. People in intern, you know that.
Yeah.
Even when the person is wrong, your manager is wrong, and you're right, you play it cool.
Just be humble.
But now, what you've grown up in has taught you that when someone is wrong, you're supposed to do what? Doesn't matter who it is. Tell them you're. Yet in the work sphere, you're not the boss. If they lose 50 million, it doesn't concern you, they'll pay you your salary. That's someone else's what? Job. Keep in your lane. In that, you've grown up knowing that I don't have a lane. I'm unlimited.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Lillian.
Like broken families can also lead to, I think, poverty. Because this is where mom and dad are separated, and mom have to first carry out the responsibilities at home. By the time she reach at work, the productivity will be low because she has came late, she's stressed, and again in the evening she has to go with that mentality of what are they going to eat, what are they going to drink, how am I going to manage this? So that efforts which would have been putting at work are always in the mind. What is next now? They have chased my child back home. What am I going to do next? You can also find like maybe they had a fight, a husband and a wife, and the wife maybe is very angry. She's a teacher. This is where she will beat you, and you feel like to release that stress which he had throughout the night. It's going to affect the clients because the children are the clients. This is where you're going to hear the kids saying, today we don't know what happened to Madame so-and-so.
Madam was
The way she caned us because of nothing. For us, we had a teacher, and for him, maybe he was in the same issue because he could come that day. You just see him that he's not in moods. She would come and say he was a teacher of geography and was like, I want everyone to be with a long ruler and a pencil. Yet he never told you that on this day, carry your long ruler and a pencil. Whoever is not having, move out. So you could find all the class empty. And he start canes each and every one. 100 people. Just know that person is not okay. Because you even look for where that thing has come out from, and you don't see the source of it. Caning someone for a rule and a pencil, yet you did not send that person to go and bring it that very day.
Yeah.
It was really...
He's releasing his anger on someone.
Yeah, so it usually affects people at their work.
Thank you so much, Lillian. So, whereas it may be difficult to come up with solutions to broken families, but what is that youth supposed to do to make themselves better? True, I have grown up in the broken family. So am I going to continue lamenting that, oh my God, I grew up from a broken family and it has had negative impacts on me? What advice do you have for the youth out there who has grown up in such a toxic environment and family? What advice do you have for them? What should they do to make sure they do not carry on that toxicity to the next generation?
Okay, I would really think this youth could look out for social groups, groups where you can really pour out your heart, people that you trust, mainly people of the same faith. These are people that are ready to stand with you. You can really pour out to them what you think or what you have at heart, and they are ready to mend you back, to bring you back to the person you are meant to be. And also, the other point I would also look at is looking up for counselors. I personally, one time, I went through something like a depression some time back. I remember in my mind, I just said I need to look for a counselor around, someone to speak to. I looked at my fellow youths and I realized, maybe we're in the same age bracket. There's nothing they're going to tell me. I had to look up for someone older than me, and trust me, by the time we finished all the sessions, I was at least better. So I would recommend a youth that is going through all this trauma of broken families to look out for counselors. There are really many, and they're ready to listen to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Annabelle, what advice do you have for that youth?
Thank you. First of all, I have this thought. I think there are broken families that are not split, not divorced or anything. They're still together, married to the public, but they're broken from within. So I have a question in my head that I keep getting in. How do those people in that family, how do those children in that family, and how does that couple actually navigate and the effects that they actually have? Because with what the youth can do, with what she said of having counselors, that thing really works. I was also in a depression sometime, but I reached out to some psychologists, counseling psychologists, and it helped. At times people are not self-aware at all. At times people don't even know that they're actually going through something that big. Because, we're Africans, and there are certain things, emotional, what are you talking about? Mental health, are you even serious? They can even call you demented or something, like you're going cuckoo or something, she's not well. And it's not even about being mad. When you say something mental, people think, oh, good, you're crazy. Kumbe, you're not. You're just, the fact that now you're self-aware. This last semester was really challenging for me. So there's a time I was talking to a lecturer. I was having coursework, research work, and everything was stressful. I told her, I am not well. I really do not feel well psychologically. She understood. She was like, the fact that you're actually self-aware, you're going to get through this. So being self-aware, knowing that you are actually facing that challenge and seeking counseling, as she suggested, it helps. And talking to people that you can trust. Yes, some are not really trustworthy, but you can find, you don't have to really get to that point of that verge of like you're devastated and everything. Yes, before it's too late or really pressing between a hard place and a rock, that's a really hard place. Get someone to talk to. Yes, someone who's not going to rat you out. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Lillian.
First of all, as a person, have a positive mind. That whatever has happened, it's not going to affect me in future. I have to make a change.
Sure.
And next thing, forgive and forget. If you don't forget and if you don't forgive, it's usually hard to forget, but forgive and forget. Your dad has left you. He has not been caring about you because the family was broken. Forget and forgive and move on. Then lastly, pray for those people. Pray for yourself because God can change any situation. Not that what happened to your family can also happen to you. But wherever you pray, God always puts a way for you and a good way for you. Look ahead and pray and have goals also. Don't think that that is the end of the life, but life moves on and it can move on well in a positive way and in very interesting way.
Thank you so much. Yes, Alan,
Right.
what do you have for that? Youth
I
of,
have three. The first one, it ends with me. The problem is there. And trust me, a lot more is brewing right now. So if at all a person is a victim, have that mentality, at least let it end with me. The second one, prepare for the worst. You know this concept of Zemama and Zetat? It works a bit because if at all, I myself, I know how to pamper kids. I know how to take care of kids. When that reality hits me later on, as a single father, I'll know how to handle it. As a woman, you won't be firefighting. You've grown up when you are preparing yourself for the worst. Because some things, it's hard to say that it won't happen. It does happen. Then the third one, society intervention. Both political, if it's possible, and then the church. At least the church helps at times. Because once two people who are put together in the same house can't handle something when they are two, it will either break it or live in the pain. And both are not options. That means someone professional has to step in. Okay? It would be easy if at all you can notice. The kid reports actually like, because and also someone they trust, leaders at churches, elders. Let me say a youth comes and approaches you. Like, ewakampira mama akaba nnyo. Bayomba nnyo ne taata. You take up the manta as you, the leader, and approach the necessary. Recently, I have a friend. She's my age mate. I'm a family friend. But they were at the verge of a divorce. The family is Adventist, but the man is now drinking, is being influenced by the peers. She approached me in my capacity as a youth leader and as a friend. I took it to my elder family life. Right now, they are working it out. At least the man is getting back in position. They talk to him as man to man. And he's actually becoming now the man that this woman married a while back. So that intervention, however much we Africans and we say it is not necessary, these are new problems in the new generation that worked in the 80s, whereby you had to be a man. When I say no, it means no. We're in a new generation whereby softness walks along hardness. And you should know when to be soft and when to be hard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are coming to the end of our show. We have been discussing the impact of broken families on the youth. But before we conclude, allow me let these people just with one statement, their parting shots, just a statement, and then we shall call it a show. Yes, Annabelle.
Thank you. These panel discussions are really very interesting. Why? Because we talk about relatable things that we go through as youth, as people that are now young adults that are working with different people, people that are from complete families, those that are in broken families. So it is our portion. Like, you choose to be intentional and you choose to learn more about yourself and being open to learning about other people. And when I was studying a little psychology, I got to know that before you actually help another person, you have to help yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. However much you want to help, you need to know yourself. Because at times we give ourselves expectations of, like, you want to be super, 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 super. At times you cannot. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, dear, your last parting shot.
Thank you so much. To the parents out there, my last word is strive hard to project a good image of family to your children. Do not show them your disagreements and all the stress that you really have. Fight hard to show them the good side of family, and we'll have a good youth.
Thank you so much. Yes, Lillian.
We're in the world of sin, but trusting God is the best way to move forward.
And lastly, Alan.
It may not be broken, it may be just bent. So seek for help,
Yeah.
because
Broken.
seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of willing to progress ahead.
And strength, actually.
Thank you so much. You have been a wonderful panel, and our dear viewers, you have been a wonderful audience. Continue keeping it. Hope Channel Uganda. We have been discussing the impact of broken families on the youth. I believe that you have learned a lot from this particular show. Till we meet again next time, this is the Youth Voice Show on Hope Channel.